gallons of Pumpy 85, and the rest, which ends up always being somewhere between 4.5 gallons of 93, is my mixture. It's what I use when I'm running the E50. This is the off-the-shelf E50 map. I have a warranty update for you guys because I know how much you guys love your warranties. So the guy I know, he owns a G80. He blew out the front diff with some dyno pulls. Obviously the car was tuned. What ended up happening was the dyno was not mechanically linked. Me and Jerry ran into that issue over at Wayne Speed. Luckily it didn't cost me and Jerry a front differential, but unfortunately for my guy in the G80, it cost him a front diff. Not sure the things behind that, but yeah, mechanically linked dynos only, guys. The method they went to tune obviously was going the X3M DME route. They put the stock DME in, put the car fully back to stock, sent it to BMW to get it warranted, and unfortunately they plugged it straight into the guys over at Germany. They checked some other computer systems which showed that the car had a tune or some sort of tuning application on it, and they just voided the warranty straight up of the front diff. So it kind of makes sense that the DME is not the only thing that tracks how much power is going through the car, whether it's not been tuned. You have the TCU transmission. You have a whole bunch of different modules in the car that rely on data as far as how fast the car is going, the steering angle and stuff like that, to manipulate suspension and, you know, all that extra stuff. But now let's dig into the meat. I want to talk to you guys about these tires. I picked up the NT 555R2s for the car. Nitto makes them. They are stock tire sizes for this car, 285, 30, 20 in the rear. I ran R888Rs personally on a previous car that I had. It is a very noisy tire. It takes a lot to heat that tire up. Like, it's just not just jump in and go. It actually has worse level of grips than like a freaking stock Pirelli when it's cold. It's like, it's sketchy, scary, it starts raining. Any car with some power, listen, no bueno. Those tires are very scary. You gotta heat them up, and I don't think they do that good in the rain. I think those are straight up race car tires. I wouldn't daily something like that, right? And this is not a daily driver. However, I do dailyable kinds of things with the car. I drive it and I chill. You know, it's not a straight jump in race car or internet car. Now, aside from that, you have Mickey Thompson and all the things they have to offer. Once again, they suck in the rain. I've driven them and have been driven in them, in the cars that have them. Big horsepower cars, obviously, and they do hook great. They're pretty good on the track, I'd say, from a lot of videos I've been watching on the track. But every day around town driving, most people are not going to tell you this, but they don't hook up as great as you might think they do. 555R2s, drag compound tire with a more aggressive sidewall, so you don't feel that squirmy, loosey-goosey feeling. And if you pump the tires up to like normal PSI, you kind of won't feel that in highway speeds and 100+ speeds. Where you do feel that loosey-goosey, squirmy is when the tires are down to like 13 PSI and you need to hook off of a dig. So I've seen a ton of videos. Let me throw this in M1. Car got pretty warmed up, so now we can have some fun. Yeah, so listen, I'm gonna approach this from a straight up, normal way of thinking. No, I'm not gonna make it super complicated, you know, and this is kind of sort of with every tire. Every tire has limits, and if you drive within those limits, you'll be fine. It's the same thing with the 555R2s, right? They're good. They hook in great conditions, not so much in bad conditions, but that's every freaking tire. If you're in rain, sleet, snow, or hail, and you're in a tire that's not designed for it, you just gotta take it easy. It's the same way when you read the roads. Certain roads, the tire might not grip up as good as others. Just because you have a specific tire on the car does not mean that it's going to withstand everything, you know? That thought in people's mind, that thought is like what blows my mind in a lot of people's minds, especially with like all-wheel drive and certain things like that. You know, just because you have something does not mean that you can drive the car like it's perfect conditions outside and expect it to last. They expect you to not hit something, you know? Driven in the rain, obviously not sleet, snow, hail. It's never been above like 70 degrees yet where I've driven a car. I think I have a fair ton of experience behind the wheel of this thing in not optimal conditions. And I'll tell you, drive it like you got some sense. Woo! I like to ride out fifth gear a little bit. If I was running the R888s, and this is from experience, the first 3 or 4 kind of rolls, it'll spin a little bit, And after, it'll heat up eventually, and when it does heat up, the grip is like immense, right? But, yo, man, it's a little sketchy, man. When it's cold, it is very, very sketchy. Can't take it too fast. We got this Sonata in front of me, driving like 2 freaking miles an hour. Like I said, the rear does feel a little bit more disconnected, and the tires are pumped up to decent levels. So, the rear doesn't feel as tight. You don't expect it to. One, you're putting a tire on that's not built for it, but it's not scary feeling, you know, when you're in the 20s and 30 PSI range. It's only scary when you're down low in like teens, and obviously that makes sense to reflect that for any tire. I think it's one of the best bang for bucks for a drag tire. Honestly, it's interesting, man. I decided to stay away from the city and come out here to the county side. So one of the main reasons was so I don't have to deal with a lot of this freaking speed camera BS and all that extra, you know, monitoring. And out here, they're a little bit more lax with it, but they're putting these cameras up now on the freaking highway. And, you know, listen, I'm not really a politic kind of guy or a huge conspiracy theorist kind of guy, but I'll tell you one thing, and this is the way I think about it, right? It's, I'm pretty sure some idea in someone's head, it starts off as a great idea and it turns into like a necessity where they need to go harder. The best way I could put it is to explain to a lot of people, I think it's like kind of like overtime at work, right? You're not used to working overtime, you don't work any overtime, and then you work a few days OT and you see a check and you're like, oh, okay, wow, you know, this is great. Just extra money, you know? And then over time, you continue to do that, and now your new level of norm is that amount, and now you feel like you just gotta go hard and sacrifice certain things to maintain that. You know, at the end of the day, they probably see like, oh my God, look how much money we're bringing in. And then it just becomes more, if it wasn't in the beginning, more and more of a cash grab. Hey, listen, let's turn these cameras on 24/7 because, you know, they always need to chase that extra amount of cash or revenue. Oh my God. The audio quality probably just turned to shit because my camera in the back died, and I don't even know why. This is like the freaking story of my life. Just like that, we made it back into the crib. Unfortunately, I had some technical difficulties in my speech. Technical difficulties in the camera and the mic setup. I just want to give you guys straight good audio. I've been listening as I've been editing. Oh my God. The NT555s also come in a G2 series, which is less aggressive. You typically run on the front axle if you have a rear-wheel drive car like me. And that'll help you guys who are cuckoo for running the same tire brands and things like that. I'm pretty sure on the track, you'll notice a huge difference. Drag racing, probably not so much. On the street, definitely not so much. I run Pirellis on the front right now. G2s, I never get them. They seem like a good option. Like I said, for those who just want a complete set, it makes sense. Same tread pattern and things like that. I guess sidewall stiffness. Just the rears are dedicated to getting that power down on the ground. If you guys are really dedicated track guys, the car damn near the car don't have exhaust and license plates or what have you. Listen, just go for Hoosier or Mickey Thompson or something. The NT555s are great all around for us guys who actually drive our cars. We have an exhaust, we have registration, and take them to work some days, take them golf, whatever the hell you like to do, chill on the block. The NT555 lineup, I think, is gonna be the winner in that. There are a bunch of different setups as well. You could swap out rims and tires, but that stuff accumulates very, very, very fast, both space and money. I've done it all. I've had multiple wheel setups, multiple tire setups, and I'll tell you one thing right now, they cost a lot. Tires are very expensive, and the wheels expensive, and to keep them here and store them here and pick them up, man, listen. Another benefit, they come in stock tire sizes, and if you bring an X-Drive car in with any type of drivetrain issues or malfunctions and they see you're running tires that were not spec'd, and I mean size-wise, they will void your warranty. So if you're running a taller tire or what have you, you roll up in there and you're complaining about differential or transfer case or whatever like that, you're screwed. You guys know what fits your life personally. I'm just the guy on the other side of the camera giving you guys my thoughts, opinions, because the comment section thinks I'm a freaking genius and they try to get me for every little thing that I say that doesn't apply to their life. Mike from Slow Speed. Love you guys. Peace out.